how do we get to have these classes be affordable for our students so they're not paying $10, $15, but we still make an income, right? There's this interesting balance. Hi, I'm Sherry Zak Morris, and I'm here today with Shelly Anderson, who's from Melbourne, Florida. And she is a chair yoga teacher, and we met online. Basically, we just started communicating over email, and Shelly just attended one of my workshops, and we're here to share a little bit about what Shelly does in her chair yoga class. She shared with me some ideas, some marketing ideas, some business ideas I thought would be really useful to share with other yoga teachers. So I'm just gonna have a little conversation with you, Shelly, okay?
Sounds great.
Sounds good? So how long have you been teaching chair yoga?
I've been teaching about 3 years now, almost 3 years.
And how many classes a week are you teaching?
Right now I am teaching between 5 and 6 on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Good. And then how long are your classes? Are they like an hour or so?
They're about an hour class. I do about 50 minutes of actual exercise chair yoga, and then we do about a 10-minute guided relaxation.
So she showed me a picture of one of her classes, and the room was packed, wasn't it?
It's amazing. It's growing. It really is.
So what do you think, why is it growing?
Well, I think when I first started taking over the class, it had started with about 6 or 7 people, and it was pure circumstance that I was asked to sub a class, and honestly, I didn't even know what chair yoga really was. And then I realized pretty soon into it that there was so many benefits that people can take with them, especially seniors that would like the benefits of yoga but actually can't, get up and down. So the chair was really a great prop. So what I did is I kind of looked at what I can do to grow the class, what I was going to do to creatively introduce the chair yoga, make the class grow, make it affordable for the seniors, because that's so important, and also to be able to create, an income for myself that I could actually transition and do this more full time.
So this is what's so interesting, everybody, is that these classes started out with maybe 6 to 8 people, and how many people in the class now? I'm thinking 30?
Yes. And that's just one. And so I took I used some creative things to grow the class. One of them is to use a sponsor. And I used the sponsor, and we grew the class. And then we took what was working, and I opened up another facility, and duplicated the same thing and kind of expanded into 4 or 5 classes. And this time I used more sponsors, so I've been incorporating more sponsorships, so it's been great. So
this is why I'm really interested in sharing this with you teachers out there. You don't even have to be a chair yoga teacher, right? You can teach any kind of yoga. How do we get to have these classes be affordable for our students so they're not paying $10, $15, but we still make an income, right? There's this interesting balance. And so Shelly came up with this idea about sponsorships, and I thought it was really pretty ingenious. And you just use local businesses, right?
Yes. I wanted to focus in on the people that wanted to be in front of the senior market. And so it just started to develop. I started off with one and have, multiple sponsors now. And it's been a win-win situation, because not only is it very affordable for the seniors, a lot of times, it doesn't even cost them anything because of the sponsorship. And the best part of it is because I didn't want the overhead of a traditional business. I've been there, done that. Mm-hmm. And this has very little overhead. So it's been a great experience from just even a part-time situation for me, and I love what I do, and it's affording me the ability to do what I love to do and help seniors.
Right. So let's talk a little bit, we'll drill down a little bit into the idea of sponsorships, because
Sure.
I'm curious, is it the neighborhood grocery store? Is it the insurance company? What kind of sponsors, what's the profile of a typical sponsor?
I have a surgeon in town. I've got a retirement facility, a progressive care facility that wanted to be in front of seniors. So it's been kind of a very interesting how it's all kind of played out. It's been very interesting, and what's even more interesting is how people are starting to approach me now, because they've gotten word of mouth, and if you get the room full, they want to be in front of the seniors.
Right, exactly. So let's talk a little bit about logistics. What is involved in the sponsorship? Do you have their flyers on a table kind of off to the side? Do you wear a t-shirt that has their logo on it, or just a mixture of those things?
It depends on the sponsor, and that's where it gets kind of creative. You know, I do different things for different sponsors. So it really depends on, sometimes it's promoting an event, sometimes it's promoting their facility, sometimes it is promoting you know, their actual business, or just putting the name out there. You know, it's part of the whole branding, and marketing, which is what I think is so important. So when people are out there looking for that product or that service, you're in front of them.
Right. So then I would ask, as a yoga teacher, how much time are you spending in your 55-minute class or so doing the promotion of the sponsor?
I don't do any. I just, I've worn shirts, but most of the time I am allowing the sponsor to do most of the promotion, either before or after class, and we make sure that we're both in sync, because I don't want it to be a sales, you know, like I don't want it to feel that you know, we are just out there selling something. So it's a very subtle way of doing a branding and marketing campaign.
So your background is marketing?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And so I've used what I've learned in the past, made it my own creative way of kind of building and growing the classes, and it's turned out to be a win-win situation.
That is so awesome.
Yeah,
I just want to tell everybody that I think many of you who know my work, my previous background is working in the high-tech business, right? So I have computer skills, I have web skills. So I took my previous life experience and my skills and brought it into my passion area, which is teaching yoga. You can see that Shelly did the same thing, right? She has this background in marketing. She says, how can I bring that into teaching the area of my passion right now, which is yoga, and she's able to do that. So as teachers, think about that. You know, I think all of us have had past lives and past careers, of course, and what do you feel motivates you? What are your skills, and how you can bring that and bring an interesting angle into your yoga business. So thanks so much, Shelly. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for all you do.
Namaste.
Namaste.